So before I go on to the treatment I gave these fish for their whatever disease, which I'm not going to pronounce even when I talk about it, because it would be quite amusing. So now that things have settled down, as you see the tank is still slightly yellow. I'm taking up 25% every 3 days. It did not say at the end of the treatment to remove the water, so I'm just doing it in slow amounts. Once I'm happy that the water's clear, I will clean out my filter, and then I'm going to think about restocking. Now I've got very attached to the thread fin rainbows, and I was going to buy them a 20-gallon tank of their own, but I've decided to put them in here, and I have to change things about. Number one, the Australian rainbows will have to come out, and I think they have to come out anyway because they have gone past the size that I'm comfortable with them being in this tank. They seem very happy in this tank, but I think they will be a lot happier in the 65-gallon. So I will be moving them. I won't be moving them until I've got 2 more females and 3 more of the turquoise rainbows that I have in there. Hopefully 3 females, but I don't know yet. I just have to hope that I can sex them in the pet shop. So the biggest reason I was not going to put my thread fins in here is because I have a canister filter for a 100-gallon fish tank, and the current is quite strong, but I can turn it down. So I'm going to try that first of all before I change the filtration on here. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to turn the filtration in the big filter down, so I'm comfortable that they are okay. I'm going to take out that filter there and put it in the new tank I plan to get, and I'll get a smaller. I do like to have a sponge filter in all my tanks, so I will probably get a smaller one, a single sponge rather than a double. And I have heard that the thread fins like bubbles, so I have got bubble at the back, and I should put them in here and gradually turn the water up like I did when I first put it in to see if they're okay. So the restocking of this will be, for the time being, the 2 male thread fins, 4 females, which I am yet to purchase, and it's going to be a little while because I'm changing my quarantine routine. I'm going to be getting another 2 albino Cory cats, and I think another 3 of the other Cory I've got in here, which I'm not sure what it is, so can't see it. If anybody sees it and can tell me what it is, I can get 3 of those, and that will really be my stocking in this tank for a while. Most of my older guppies, if you could notice, have gone through being sick. I've only got the young ones in there, so as they die off I will not be replacing the guppies in this tank. I'm going to just add new thread fin rainbow fish. I think that will be primarily their tank, along with a couple maybe of rummy nose. I do need to get another 3 rummy nose, and I do need to get another 3 cardinals, and then I think this tank will be quite set. The threadfin rainbows are very, very delicate and small, so this will be a lot of room for them. So hopefully they'll have a nice home, and I can have a nice shore of the same fish. I'm hoping to do a rundown of all the treatment I gave this tank, how I noticed the disease was in there, how I cured it, how long it took, what it did to the fish, what fish survived after having it, which is quite unusual, and all those do's and don'ts that I'm now going to do for my fish.